For as long as we've had eyes, we've looked at the stars and seen a silent, majestic dance, a vast and peaceful cosmos, filled with the gentle light of a trillion suns. But what if we've been wrong? What if the deep silence of space isn't peace, but the patient ambush of an enemy we can't even begin to comprehend? What if we've been living under a comforting illusion, ignoring a terrible truth that hides in the dark? Because at the heart of our own galaxy, and almost every other, there lies a monster. A predator of impossible size, waiting in the dark. We've been living on the edge of a battlefield, totally unaware of a war that's been raging for billions of years. A war for the very soul of the cosmos. This is the story of that war. This is the final showdown. Black holes versus the universe. And the terrifying part, this cosmic war for reality itself might already be lost. Those beautiful, swirling arms of the Milky Way we love to picture. They aren't just pretty clouds of stars. They're the outer edges of a gravitational vortex. And, at the very center of this cosmic pinwheel, a supermassive black hole named Sagittarius A** holds every sun, every planet, every speck of dust in its grip. It's a beast 4,000,000 times more massive than our Sun for now. It's a sleeping giant, but across the universe, its brothers are wide awake, and they are feeding. This isn't just happening, it's a conquest, a slow, methodical consumption of everything we know. The question isn't if they will advance. It's realizing their silent, relentless offensive has been underway since the beginning of time. What are we fighting? To understand the enemy, you have to look past the name. A black hole isn't a hole at all. It's the exact opposite. It's an object of such insane density, with so much matter crushed into such a tiny space, that reality itself tears apart around it. It's a monster star, over 1,000,000 times bigger than our Earth, a powerhouse of gravity. Now, imagine crushing that entire star down into a ball no bigger than a city. What you'd get is a gravitational field so powerful that to escape it, you'd have to go faster than the speed of light. We're talking about supermassive black holes. These are the titans of the cosmos, lurking in the center of nearly every major galaxy. They aren't just millions, but often billions of times more massive than our Sun. Their gravity does the work for them. They create a territory, a domain of influence, and patiently wait for the universe to serve them their next meal. An unsuspecting star, on its billion-year trip around the galaxy, gets nudged just slightly off its path. A little gravitational bump from another star is all it takes to set it on a new courser. Death spiral into the waiting darkness. It's a calculated, patient, and inescapable conquest. The enemy isn't just powerful, it's methodical. They aren't just sitting there, they are engines of consumption. They sit like spiders at the center of a galactic web, and anything that strays too close becomes a meal. A star, a planet, a cloud of gas, it doesn't matter. It all gets consumed, and every meal adds to the monster's mass, strengthening its grip and expanding its territory. They are the generals in this war, the apex predators of the cosmic food chain. And since nothing can do that, nothing escapes. Not even light itself, once it crosses a line in the sand. That line is the event horizon, and it's the jaw of this cosmic monster. But the black holes waging this war aren't just the size of cities. How they got so big is still one of the great mysteries. But we know one thing for sure. They grow. Now, they don't work like cosmic vacuum cleaners, sucking everything in. The truth is more sinister. They don't need to hunt. The silent offensive this war isn't fought with explosions and lasers. It's fought with the silent, irresistible weapon of gravity. A black hole's offensive is a process of slow, terrifying consumption, and the evidence is written all over the cosmos. We can actually see this battle happening, if we know where to look. The gravity on the side of the star closer to the black hole is so much stronger than on the far side that the star is literally stretched and torn apart, like a piece of cosmic spaghetti. Its gas is ripped from its dying core and pulled into a swirling, superheated vortex around the black hole, called an accretion disk. Friction and magnetic forces heat it to millions of degrees, making it blaze brighter than all the stars in its galaxy combined. We see these events from billions of light years away, a brilliant flash from a distant galaxy that signals a monster is feeding. It's a spectacle of unbelievable violence, a star's death scream turned into one last, brilliant burst of light before it's silenced forever. When a star gets too close to a supermassive black hole, it suffers a fate called a tidal disruption event. It's a war of attrition, a gradual absorption of the universe, galaxy by galaxy, star by star. We are living in a cosmos that is slowly being eaten from the inside out. This is the black hole's dinner table. As that stolen gas spirals toward the event horizon, it speeds up to near the speed of light. When two galaxies collide, their central supermassive black holes, once rulers of their own realms, begin a gravitational dance of death. They circle each other, spiraling closer and closer over millions of years, blasting out huge amounts of energy as gravitational waves ripples in the fabric of space-time itself. The final merger is a cataclysm of unimaginable power that forges an even larger, more powerful black hole. The war effort becomes more consolidated, the army more formidable. A new, bigger general now sits on the throne of the merged galaxy. Its reign of terror extended over a much larger piece of cosmic territory. Every consumed star, every gas cloud, adds to the black hole's mass. A bigger black hole means stronger gravity. Stronger gravity means it can capture things from farther away. Its territory grows. Its influence expands. It's a slow, self-perpetuating cycle of dominance. These meals aren't just one-off events. They're how the black hole empire expands. And sometimes, the generals of this dark army meet. This is the silent offensive. It's not an invasion. A weapon against time itself. A black hole's arsenal isn't just about gravity and consumption. These cosmic predators wield a far more fundamental and frightening weapon. They can warp time itself. This isn't science fiction. It's a core prediction of Einstein's theory of general relativity, a phenomenon called gravitational time dilation. A black hole creates the most extreme curve possible, a bottomless well, in reality. And as space-time bends, so does the flow of time. From our safe viewpoint, light years away, we watch their ship approach the event horizon. As they get closer, we'd see something strange. We would see their ship seem to freeze at the boundary, trapped for an eternity, its light fading until it vanished. To us, they would never cross. They would simply stop. The clock on their ship would seem to tick slower and slower compared to ours. Their movements would slow down, their words stretching out. According to Einstein, gravity is what happens when a massive object curves space. Imagine an astronaut on a mission to get a closer look at a black hole. What if the ultimate goal isn't just to swallow all matter? What if the final victory is to halt the cosmic clock altogether? It's a chilling thought experiment. A universe frozen in a final, silent moment. A monument to their absolute victory. The final showdown might not be a battle for space, but a battle for time itself. As they reach the very edge of the event horizon, from our perspective, time for them would grind to an almost complete halt. They'd cross the event horizon without feeling any temporal shift, completely unaware that, to the rest of the universe, they were just erased from the flow of time. But, for the astronaut, it would be totally different. Inside their ship, time would feel perfectly normal. This is the true horror of a black hole's power. It doesn't just destroy you, it severs you from reality itself. It's a terrifying thought, and it pushes a known phenomenon to a hypothetical extreme. These are the kinds of mind-bending questions that drive us to explore the cosmos. We're constantly peering into the darkness, trying to understand these incredible forces. If you're as fascinated by these cosmic mysteries as I am, consider supporting our channel. Your support allows us to create more deep dives like this one, to continue asking the biggest questions about our universe. And be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next cosmic revelation is always just around the corner. The ultimate battlefield. Let's fast forward, way into the future. Trillions of years from now, the universe will be a completely different place. The age of stars that we live in now will be over. All that will remain are the victors of the long war, the supermassive black holes, surrounded by the corpses of stars and planets. The universe will become a vast, dark graveyard, populated only by these gravitational tyrants. The gas and dust needed to make new suns will be gone. One by one, the last stars will flicker and die, plunging the cosmos into a deep and permanent darkness. This will be the black hole era. The galaxies we know will be gone, and their supermassive black holes will engage in their own final, titanic dances, creating behemoths with the mass of trillions of suns. The battlefield will shrink as the combatants get ever larger, while a black hole will consume everything in its own galaxy. The accelerating expansion is pushing other galaxies away faster than gravity can reel them in. They become unreachable islands in an ever-expanding cosmic ocean. A black hole can't eat what it can't reach. The universe is building its own fortifications, ensuring no single black hole can ever achieve total domination. The war will end not with a single victor, but in an eternal stalemate, with countless black hole generals ruling over their own dark, isolated kingdom. In this dark future, the war enters its final, epic phase. With no new stars, The only game left is consolidation. Driven by the relentless pull of gravity, the dead stars will spiral inward, one by one, to be consumed by the central supermassive black hole. The giants will just keep feeding, clearing out their territory until nothing is left. Galactic clusters, once separated by unimaginable distances, will slowly merge, a force that's been at play since the beginning. Dark energy. The universe isn't just expanding. The expansion is getting faster. The space between galaxies is stretching, pushing them away from each other. So, is that it? Is that the endgame? A universe eaten piece by piece until only one ultramassive black hole remains? Not quite. Here, the universe reveals its ultimate defense. This is the universe's brilliant counterattack. It's creating distance. It's isolating the enemy. The universe's last stand, so the universe is left cold, dark, and lonely, dominated by isolated black holes. That seems like a pretty hollow victory. But the universe has one more card to play, a final, secret weapon that guarantees its ultimate triumph. And it comes from the work of the legendary Stephen Hawking. He showed that, thanks to the weird rules of quantum mechanics right at the edge of the event horizon, black holes must slowly leak radiation back out into space. This is now known as Hawking radiation, and it means that black holes are not eternal. They evaporate. Hawking realized that black holes aren't completely, totally black. This process is unbelievably slow. A black hole, the mass of our sun, would take trillions upon trillions of times the current age of the universe to disappear. A supermassive one would take far longer, a number so big we can barely write it down. For googles of years, in the cold and the dark, the black holes will sit on their thrones, masters of their dead galaxies. But with every passing moment, they will be losing a tiny, tiny amount of their mass, bleeding their power back into the void. But time is the one thing the universe has in abundance. Then, over timescales that defy human imagination, the supermassive giants will start to shrink. Their reign will end, not with a bang, but with a slow, relentless fizzle. As they lose mass, the evaporation will speed up. In the very last moments, a final, brilliant flash of particles will erupt, a last firework in the dark before the monster is gone for good. Not a clash of monsters, but the universe's ultimate war of attrition. The smaller black holes will go first. It lets the black holes have their temporary victory, lets them rule over a dead cosmos, all while knowing that their own nature is their undoing. The enemy carries the seeds of its own defeat. This is the universe's last stand, and it's a masterpiece of patience. So, who wins the final showdown? On one side, you have the black holes, the universe's ultimate predators, waging a war of consumption and even bending time itself. On the other, the universe fights back with expansion, isolating its enemies before using its final, patient weapon, Hawking radiation, which guarantees that even the mightiest black holes will one day fade to nothing. The very last black hole will finally evaporate, returning its energy to a cold, empty, and vastly bigger universe. The darkness will be absolute. Reality will be a thin, featureless soup of stray particles. Can we really call that a victory? Or is the ultimate winner, after all is said and done, simply the void? The war ends not with a bang, but with a whisper. The universe will have won. It will have survived. But in a cosmos that's been returned to a state of almost nothing,